years have come and gone since that day. How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called. The warrior of light. One great shadow, one great light. Two told echoes tumbling
Hey, B-dubs. How's it going? Boop. We're not starting soon, we're starting now. You don't ever have to be afraid of being demanding, B-dubs. You're my dom. I like it when you tell me to do shit. What am I doing? Oh, I'm just faint because I'm not speaking directly into the microphone or with vibrato. I'm tired, depressed. Blah, blah, blah. I did drape a muslin bodice on my dress form today, though, and make a pattern from it. So, I don't know where that came from, because I feel tired as shit now. I haven't sewn the pattern yet, so I don't have any idea if it works. It's been forever since I've done that. I was just like, I guess this is how you do this? I don't remember. I was wigging it big time. Cutting out lining for your bunny vest. Oh, sick. Sick. What were we doing? We're heading to the ocular. Christina Ocularis. I don't know if you noticed, B-Dub, because it's tiny probably for you, but this girl right here, she's got a chocobo that looks like the chocobo from your video game. Turn around, look at it. Little Chocolina. Cute. Do this to me, mouse. Don't do this to me. Don't bad. Just been calling every time.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands.
To goon or not to goon? That is the question.
Laxon Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
No.
A moment, Captain, if you would.
Totally. No. Make him wait.
Everyone, gather round.
Look imposing. Puff out your chests. Fluff your penises.
I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish.
Or slightly see-through. Let's hope he has poor eyesight.
Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
I'm sensing this is our villain for this expansion. Or one of them.
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. We hold people responsible.
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmor's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthri, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind.
Go fuck yourself.
Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Yulmor considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Ooh, bitch. That's what we call an underhanded threat.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthri.
You do
In the
that.
meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmor's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
He does have fucked up eyes. Maybe they allow him to see vaguely faint people. We could have just left the room.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthri's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmor has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Having mentored generations of Minfilias. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, generations of Minfilias? Totally.
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Maren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He'll be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right. Though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Come, Benny, let's go hang out with the nerdy librarian. He's adorable. Yes, I thought so. This room has multiple doors. Why didn't we just leave the room? I guess because he wanted us to spy on the conversation and hear what he had to say. Cabinet of Curiosities. Yay, the library. Maybe we'll get another PowerPoint presentation. One of your trainees, her last name is Manderville. That's amazing. Did you bust out laughing? Morin. Yes, if you're after books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I have finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is. While I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone who with an interest in learning about Minfilia, but you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for a while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, in short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't, so, good luck. Totally. I'll just search this entire fucking library. Not exactly. I chuckled when I saw her last name and then felt like an asshole and explained why I laughed. And then I had to show her who it was because she didn't know. Oh, she doesn't know her own heritage? That's a shame. Maybe she'll learn it now. The book does not appear to be here. No. Alize, did you find it yet? Just as your eyes begin to blur, there finally comes the rest on the copy of the illustrated tale of the Oracle of Light. Yay, we found it. The restriction section of the library. Let's go hang out with Harry Potter. Have you found the book? Boop. Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. We can begin the presentation. Without further ado, then. It began 100 years ago, when the flood of light threatened to swallow Novorand. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. Let's explore those annals. Cute! It's child artwork. I mean, I say child, but this is like teenager. It's good. When Sin-Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of spun gold and eyes of clearest sapphire, she was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Yulmoran army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin-Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, the selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin-Eaters as a soldier of Yulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. So she's the Avatar. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Novorant on numerous occasions, and were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Light Wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories of the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not, but all were made to face the Sin-Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Yulmoran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care, or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time under Lord Vothry's rule, Yulmore had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while, we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Yulmorans' best interest for her to remain under their control. But then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Thancred? I'm guessing it's Thancred. Indeed, well, I believe you now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Morin. Might I trouble you for a word, Bani, outside? Kaku the Loner. Well, with a name like Kaku. As you will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Heidelin's emissary to halt the flood of light. It could only be her that the people are of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesake, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean that they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Heidelin's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Bani? Quite. Most indeedly. I see you made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Yulmorn forces at Laxan Loft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Yulmor ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the peoples of the Crystarium. Lay what? Lay Shaketh? I don't have to do everything myself? More attire.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength, you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmor a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmor. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrand deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmor's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
Oh, sorry, B-dubs. I forgot I muted because there's a train coming through my living room.
Consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear.
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
Absolutely. I'm undressing as we speak.
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air.
Dream powder?
Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
It's just chamomile tea, but it works.
Very good. See to your preparations.
Can you look up a YouTube video, B-dubs? But surely there's a video about how to make a welted
And what
pocket.
exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Sure, yeah, send it to me. Not that I'll be of any help, but I like looking at it, pretending like I know what I'm talking about. So, you will be joining the guard, but however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first things first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mean and report to Kethlis. She will see you measured and fitted. Ooh. I'm gonna get measured and fitted for a full body condom. Where am I going though? Orange eccentricity. Cute. Let's look at B-dubs. Oh, that is adorable bunny fabric. Not entirely sure what I'm looking at, B-dubs. This doesn't look like a welted pocket that I know of. Can you stick your fingers in it and take a picture? Let me show me where the hole is, baby. Pausing for a sewing break. God, this fabric is adorable. Look at, there's a dark bunny too. You know what this reminds me of is the manga artist for Girl from the Other Side. Hey, Muggsy. Yeah, spank that booty. We're looking at B-dubs' sewing. All right. Oh, this vest you sent me too. I remember that. Cute vest. Cute corseted vest. No, your phone hates you. Ah, and And there's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way. We'll see to you look your dashing best for your first outing. I'm getting new clothes. This is so appropriate. We're looking at sewing and I'm getting a new outfit. They're measuring my inseam right now. I look the same. Why did we not glamour me into clothing? Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. Oh, I guess we were just getting the measurements. I see. I did. Thank you, Muggsy. I did make it through another week. Fist bump. Every minute is another minute I survived without killing myself. There are thousands of minutes that I've survived. Yes, I have to work tomorrow too, but okay. So, I mean, what you have here theoretically works, but this is not a welted pocket. Like a traditional, if you said to me, hey, I'm going to make a welted pocket. It should look like a vagina, basically. Like, it should have lips, a top lip and a bottom lip that press open to reveal the innards, if you will. It is hard. Doing a welted pocket is hard. So basically it looks like you turned your fabric all the way back when you turned it from the wrong side, from the right side to the wrong side. Like basically making an edge all around, like a hole. You made a square. You made like an empty square. And so instead of pulling the fabric all the way back so that there was a hole, you should have folded it down the middle, like middle height. You're looking at a rectangle, and let's say your bottom lip should come halfway up the rectangle and your top lip should come halfway down the rectangle, so that when you sew around the square, around the rectangle outer edge, you're left with, like I said, labia. You've got like two lips flapping, and that's where you put your hand through. And then to get the same fabric on the back, like when you open the hole, if you want to see the same fabric, you would have like a facing piece attached to your actual pocket of like muslin or lining or whatever you're making your pocket out of. It's a lot to explain. I'm sorry. This looks fine. It's just not a welted pocket. That's all I would say to that. And maybe it's a different kind. Essentially the tutorial I was following. Okay, and this is different. This is a different kind. Okay. Okay. He's got a nice butt. I'm distracted. Okay, so you have one lip. So instead of having two lips, you just have one lip. Okay, that makes more sense. But your lip is from... It still looks off from what they're showing you, but I understand it now. You just have one slot going on. Oh no, you did it. You did it as their instructions show. Okay. You pulled that back and you sewed that little bit there. Yeah, now you're attaching the pocket to the actual seam allowance left around the outside of the welted square. And this little scrap is a facing piece so that when you open up the hole, you see the finished fabric and not the pocket fabric. Good lord. I would have done a labia one. Much easier. No, I think you're good, B-dubs. I just keep following the instructions. Take a break if you need to take a break. I think you follow the instructions fine. It sounds like maybe you just need to walk away from it for a minute and then come back to it to finish the actual pocket part. You're not shit at it. It looks good. I just was misunderstanding that was a welted pocket. It's just a different style of welted pocket than I've seen or done before. How goes it? Sorry, Captain. I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's ready fit. But we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work, and with some minor adjustments. Very well then. See to it, and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. I just got debriefed. Feel free to rebrief me. Ooh, hi, maps. As mentioned earlier, we will be deploying Amaro to scatter dream powder from the area. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. I assume we're there to be part of said unit. Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying for Fort Job and the other for the Astal Imperative. You and Alfino will join the former. Bani, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your position, you are to report to Chesamile at Spagarix. Good lord. Oh, the names. They always get me. She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of an Amaro from the rookery after you have collected the serum, of course. Speak with Chesamile. Chesamile? Chamomile tea? Yes, sweetie. Is this something you need? Oh, one of the guard come from your dram, are you? Here you go. A dose of this will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Prince's kiss, they call it. But if you ask me, it should be called Crone's kiss. Just aside, the stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Gag on piss. Got it. Do it. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have your care you don't lose any limbs out there, all right? They don't tend to grow back. Sure they do. We just get some Skelegro. Spend the night in the infirmary with Madame Pomfrey. Alright, now we're going. Speak with Zem de Jamani. Yes, what do you require of me? An Amaro to take to your imperative. Ah. As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you will have to go on foot. But wait, there might be another way, assuming you are willing to lend a hand. Sure. Sure. Always willing to lend a hand. What did I get? What is this? Is this a fancy hat? Oh! It's stupid hat. We'll put this over here. Oh wait, is this better than what I'm currently wearing though? On comparison. Oh, it is slightly better. Alright, we'll equip this. I was about to deliver an Amano to Radiska's Round, one of the locations whence the beast will fly for the operation. The tower lies along the route to the imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you should make the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall ready the Amaro for departure at once. The Amararo Stone Sour. Ooh, it's got a little, what do you call it? I want to say harness, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Bridle? No, bridle's part of it. Radiska's Round is to north and west. You can take the round or you can fly it, as up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. It should become... if you should become separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go well. Oh, sweet. Saddle. Saddle was the word I was looking for. Oh, I can fly? Even though I haven't unlocked flying? That's fucking amazing. Alright, where are we going? Oh, you're delivering the Amaro to us. I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts we require here. Instead, this one is to go to the imperative to the west. Please see to that the handler on duty, Zeli Van Thu, if you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you right aside. Rightwise. Where am I going? Oh, there it is. In somewhere. Oh, there's an aether current there. I'm going up. Oh, here we go. Hammer keep. Unable to execute command while mounted. But I need to... Oh, it's down below me. Well, there's your name, dude. And there's a sparkly spot. Ah, the last Amaro. My thanks, friend. You may leave the beast with me. Good, good. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Ha, so that's the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. I'd bid you welcome to the Ostal Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. Now, the first thing I want to do is attune to this Aether Crystal. Take a little dip in a pool. Lena, you have the thickest, poofiest hair. In fact, it only gets thicker towards the ends, which makes me think maybe you've got split fried ends. To achieve that color, girl, I know you've been bleaching. So it seems that rather than the Amaro delivering you, you delivered the Amaro. I'll not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. I got a task for you, bite me. Ooh, weapons. Ooh, weapons. Oh, these are the weapons that I'm wearing. They even have the exact same stats. Alright then. Glad I spent money on those. In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, whether it's not pleasant, in order to coax them into taking it, we have you sprinkle it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them, a task I am sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see the four of the beasts dismissed. No, I've got to get them to drink poison. Here you go, dude. It tastes like a crony's kiss. Gwee, gwee, gwee. The Amaro happily devours the fodder. Happily, huh? They like that granny tongue in their mouth. This one is apparently up somewhere. How the shit do I get up there? Somebody with a tiny penis is riding a motorcycle outside my house, and it's adding to the 3D effects of me riding a motorcycle here. They're not chocobos, they're Amaro. They're like cameled birds. You've got a baby penis. You know, the funny thing is, the whole time that they were doing that bit, singing about the baby penis, I couldn't hear that in the music at all. So, I don't know where the fuck they came up with that. But they're like, yeah, it's right there in the music. You could hear it. I'm like, no. No, I can't, but you enjoy your baby penis. The Amaro are fed. Good. The rest have already been dosed, so you need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of their preparation. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smile upon us. He's got a baby penis. God damn it. What's going to be in my head? Excuse me. Oh, it's a duty. The operation is about to commence. Stand steady. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will not be affected. Good. Operation Save the Oracle of Light begins. Oh, it's a pink uniform. Oh, we look adorable.
Keep moving. What now?
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
Ooh, she got resting bitch face. Have some chamomile tea, bitch.
Sound the alarm!
Oh, my uniform is in pink. That's a bummer. But it's very nice. It's very masculine looking.
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Hey, you guys are all supposed to be asleep. Why do we even need to fight anyone? The first contingency has already entered. Let us follow.
For the Crystarium!
My men will occupy the enemy while we rescue the Oracle. Leave them to us. We're about to rescue the Oracle. I've come up with a new rescue.
On guard!
Damn it. Let's make this quick. Look, I put my dot on her. What more do you want from me? You certainly took your time. Let's cut a path through this rabble and keep moving. We do not have time. Leave them for the guard. Yulmore may host the world's largest army, but women for women, we are no less mighty. Hell yes.
Leave this to me. Let's give them a show!
My mouse somehow got on a completely different monitor. And I somehow managed to adjust all the sound while on that other monitor. Hilarious. I'm proud of you. It was quite the skill. We don't seem to be getting anywhere. What you talking about? We're killing people. People be dying. Understood. With me, Bani. The way is relatively clear. Good. Going up these stairs. Thank you. Are you from the Crystarium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons, made to the same specifications as Thancred's. Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. Oh shit, she gonna fight alongside us? Escape the Laxon Loft. Let's rejoin the others and quit this place. All this trouble because of me. I'm sorry. Save your apologies until after we've escaped. It's quiet. Too quiet. Is that Rajit? This will not end well. Oh, is the fucking army, the general of the armies here? That's not good. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. You will regret your folly. He's got a pet dragon. I'm a little concerned about that. He's a silver fox. B-Dubs is into it. I don't like whatever his dragon is up to. No, Alfino. Oh, it's just us then. Oh, it's just us, is it?
Why do you persist in this folly?
Get off of my ass. Get off of my ass.
It's over.
Is it? Okay, it might be. It might be over. No. Know your folly. The game is up. I can't even move. No wonder the game's up.
You, boy. You bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yulmore.
Once again, had you not made a noise, you probably wouldn't be able to land your blow. Silent blows, everyone.
Thancred?
My hot daddy. You've lost a bit of your hair and an eye patch, but you're still attractive.
You are the wretch who stole her from us.
And what if I am?
What?
Pathetic. Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
Ooh. Ooh. Teleportation and shit.
Break!
Oh shit.
Fool! You would see your city razed.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yulmore dare not bear its steel. Ilmeg, a fairy kingdom.
Totally don't fuck with the fairies.
To think that mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how?
How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
What are you up to, dude? We barely met your character.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert.
Verbert.
A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
Ilmeg, the land of fairy tales.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own.
Thancred, did you force yourself on her?
Morans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Orianger has called this place home for a while now, yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
It figures that Orianger is hanging out with the fairies.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Orianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ilmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Orianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
He's all hands.
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
Ooh, Thancred, calm the fuck down.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor
Poor thing being scolded so.
Poor thing. Poor thing.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now. Put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let us have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't... why can't I remember?
Hey, Amber.
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Goddamn drunken Scotsman fairies. Ilmeg is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it is the home of the Fae folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of an example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere you're not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. Oh, and I got all the armor. Sweet. As it stands, we cannot hope to find the way to Urianger. For that, we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I could make of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that is the case, they should permit us to find their village, Lindalan. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly into their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Minfilia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds and our mission. You may consider her an ally. Where are we going, though? Oh, right there. My bad. Look at baskets of flowers. Oh my god, those are cute. Hi. Oh, those are awesome looking. Hold on, Thancred, right there. I just got attuned to this. Well, here we are, yet the pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun, in which case... Bani, there is a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking grass, it's named, so called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. I'll explain how I know all this later, but first, I need you to help me find some. Oh, if a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. Fae Scrub? You search the scrub but find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. What is it that you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Nothing, ignore it. Such a rude child, and too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. Yes. Suck you. Ooh, is there Enya playing in the background? Totally. You search the scrub but find nothing resembling looking grass. Greetings, mortal. What is your name? Oh, you don't have a name. How very, very sad. I could had so much fun with it. Alright, where else am I gonna search? Searching the scrub, you find what appears to be looking grass. Suddenly, a voice rings out. Oh, visitor! Where are you from, pray tell? Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. What brings you here? Ugh, stone deaf, how boring. Still, picking plants at our village is as good as indulging in our hospitality. And who are we to turn you away? Stay a while. Stay forever. Your body begins to feel heavy. No. This is not the scenario in which I thought I'd be slow running to Thancred's arms. I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume for your presence that you managed to find us some looking grass? I did. Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixie's veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone and put Urianger's little trick to good use.
Farasitha, Krakleath.
I found you. The game is over.
No! We're found! How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait! I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
Look! Twins! How adorable!
Oh!
Lay with us!
Lay with
We
us?
have neither the time nor inclination to play.
To
We have
play.
come to see Urianger.
Oh yes, Urianger, the peculiar one. In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we? Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition, that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2, or 3. Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see Urianger. Pixie's honor.
Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Level 74. Ooh, it's better than what I'm currently wearing. What does it look like? Ooh, not bad, not bad. Sure, we'll wear this in Pixie Land. Islala. I'm so hungry, I may faint. Fruit, a little fruit will set me alright. Will you go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village, you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render up the sweet, succulent burdens. Sweet, succulent burden. Obtain the fruit of the bell trees. Can do. No, some sort of creepy caterpillar. It's a giant, horrifying bug. Alright, we need to summon Goat-Ra. Goat-Ra, my friend. Protect your mummy. Lessai B-dubs. Why does my B-dubs Lessai? Oh, it's figs. Tasty figs. I still got 10 minutes, B-dubs. Don't you the time me. Well, your clock is wrong. Wrong, I tell you. It is 5:51, which means it's 6:51. Oh, look at me, look at me. I have a task for you. Lindalan is our village, and we want it to always look lovely, and it can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than the everblooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here, there, and everywhere around the village, simply as Dimply. Yes? Simple Dimple is what that actually said. Alright, I'm sowing some seeds. Where am I sowing these seeds? I don't know where to sow these seeds. Here, but somehow up. Was it directly above this? And I just missed it because everything's so goddamn bright here I couldn't see the shiny? Oh my god, right up here. I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed. Helping us grow flowers, are you? That'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bustling place called Vurbert and Burbert, one such as or some such, but the Sin Eaters came and everyone disappeared. Since then, we pixies have been living here, and we've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? It's very cute. Oh, I can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Most indeedly. You're done sowing the seeds, thank you. This shall help Lindalan live up to its names, which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in the lush forest. It was beautifully beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found our place that men had abandoned. Together with our fellow Fae folk, we decided to make it our new home. The land of everlasting spring. This is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. I got pants. Good night, B-dubs. Fare thee well, and thank thee mightily for giving me just enough energy to make it through. You're welcome, B-dubs. Have a good night. I'm gonna open my pants. See what these look like. They are better than what I'm wearing. What do they look like, though? Yeah, they're not bad. Oh, I can dye all of this, too. That's nice. Oh, this is what that stupid hat goes with. It's kind of cute when it's all together. Who else needs me to do them a favor? Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty, and I need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they're the leaf men you see standing about our village. Adorable, aren't they? Now, you'll need to go to Longmere, to lake, to draw the water. Once you have it, see that our children have a good drenching. Oh, but be warned, the Foth make their home in the lake. They tend to play rough, so have care. No! I'm getting attacked. Oh, they gave up easily. But the froth don't. You've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg and stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch as well as we'd hope. It's never too late, of course. I've got gloves. Gloves, huh? This we're gonna sell. Well, I guess I like this sort of. Unto the truth. How goes it, Bani? How's it hanging? So, a mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire how much more there is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. Urianger once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who's died as children, or so it's believed. Though they don't have memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals from their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature explaining a similar subject. The soul was linked to the core that resided in the aether, and its presence is what differentiates us from such beings as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the aether that composes the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to the corporeal realm, either by the will of its owner or by means of a certain art. In time, the soul may regather aether until itself to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts are merely souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear most, brother dearest. However, the pixies may have come into being, and if we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Nay, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures, but where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. I have a pet pixie that I sent to another world to deliver messages. Can I bring them back? In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? Feul. What? You knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you entered into a pact. You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope this will offer us a way out. Without further delay, then, summon this Feul, if you please. Do I know how to do that? With the chat mode and say, use your keyboard on the software keyboard to enter Feul to summon your pixie friend. Got it. Got it. That didn't seem to work. Do I need to put it in quotations? Fail. I'm in say. Every time there's one of these stupid say things, it's always wrong. I'm just gonna highlight this. Can I highlight this? Feoul. I don't know what to do. With the chat mode in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter Feoul to summon your pixie friend at the designated location. Hi, Faye. Oh, there's a designated location. I didn't read that part, for God's sake. A voice rings out in your mind. So, my saplings has finally remembered about so lovely branch, but with such a half-hearted call, he may as well lop me off and cast me aside. I have no sampling. And now I have to say, please, Feoul. Please. Please, Feoul, I need This must be so annoying to do on a council. Is that your idea of a fervent call? A sodden log could do it with more fire. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, loveliest of branches. Please grant me your succor. Exclamation point. Oh, I wasn't clicked on the thing. God damn it. Oh, loveliest. I'm not a good typist. What the fuck is the problem? I just did it. I'm going to give up on the game. I'm going to give up on the game. I don't want to play this game anymore. It sucks. This is the dumbest shit ever. I hate whenever it makes me do this. Oh, loveliest of branches. Please grant. I'm spelling it all right. Grant me succor. Exclamation point. What is the problem? What do you want from me? What do you want from me? And I can't just highlight it, which really sucks. Oh, thank God. Jesus. A lot of things passing kidney stones in this game.
Late! I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing he is. Cold and cruel and heartless!
Totally. Don't fuck with the fairies. Pixies.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke. But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
Well. If it isn't fair, the mold feel. It's been too long.
Not long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself.
Totally. We have different... This one has different hair than all the other ones, so thus she's an outcast.
Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, he will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, you can't keep them either. They're for my amusement and mine alone. And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of his bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that,
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see Urianger?
Aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden Fernic to you at once.
Ooh, it's a Dr. Seuss land.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see Urianger?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
For Alfino and Alize's sake, let us be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they had been made to play one game too many. Now the place we seek is in the abandoned manor of a nobleman and a scholar, the Bookman's Shelves it's called, after the fellow's vast collection of tomes, an agreeable habitat for our friend, I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should soon find the place. Come along. Ooh, wait, does my hat have a visor option? It does not. I want to see my ears wiggle. That's the only thing about wearing hats in this game. I can't see my wiggly ears. Alright, where are we going? Somewhere north. And here we are at long last. I've given you Urianger's humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
None the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside.
But...
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Except for Y'shtola.
That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order
No, Totoro. Kryl. And the rest.
were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
It's the chart of the elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active; umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
Alright, have I been saying nomenclature wrong all this time? Is it supposed to be nomenclature?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leargear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
Yay, Urianger's back in our group. Courting cooperation. I think I'm going to stop here. I know it was kind of a short stream, but this seems like a good place to end, and I'm hungry and need some dinner. I'm going to decline this one, and we'll come back here tomorrow probably and pick this up. And I don't have to work after tomorrow, so we can do later stream tomorrow night. No, that's not what I want to return to. I want to return to this place. And while you're happy now, it stresses you. I'd always be ending. Nah, I'm just suddenly very hungry, and so I'm gonna figure out dinner. Have a nice relaxing short evening, go to bed, and then I gotta get up and work tomorrow, which sucks. Yes, I've been all over the place today. I've been high and low, manic and depressive, tired. It's been an interesting day. I think that's why I'm ready to end, because I'm just exhausted from the day. But have a good night still. Get through the depression. Have a nice nap. Sleep through it. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. If not, definitely Sunday we'll do a long stream. We'll do a big chunk of this expansion. Because I don't think I have anything going on Sunday. Do I suddenly have a life? Not that I know of. Not for another week or two. Good night, Amber. Good night, Faye. I'll see you guys later.